Welcome back to Bonappekit, where we make all of your dreams in the kitchen come true. Come along with us this week as I show you how to make a delicious but guilt-free, easy double chocolate chip cookie. This remarkable concoction begins with the simplest of pantry staples. If you'll follow me to the counter, I have 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. We have an entire stick of butter at room temperature, which I cubed and warmed. 1 large egg. I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I have 1/8 of a cup of granulated sugar. You're going to need a whole cup of your favorite chocolate chips. These are dark semi-sweet. And what makes this healthy and guilt-free is that we're replacing most of the sugar in this recipe with honey. And honey is a natural sweetener that helps your body stabilize its own blood sugar levels, and it's a good carbohydrate rather than a bad one. Hey Carrie, why did the baker stop making donuts?
I don't know.
He got tired of the whole business. Just like any other cookie recipe, we're going to start by creaming together our sugars and our butter. So with this at room temperature, put that in the bottom of your largest mixing bowl. Let's see, we're going to cover that with the brown sugar. Break that up, try and get some coverage. And we're going to add our granulated sugar next. Now I've got my wide-tined fork here. So I'm going to get those little butters coated and then start smashing them into the sugars. Of course, if your butter's soft enough, you could use a hand mixer for this, but my hand mixer gave up on the last batch of cupcakes or something we were doing. What was it, honey?
Was that the potato soup?
No, that was when I killed the blender. Got 2nd-degree burns on my hands and body. You'll know you're done when you can no longer see your pale lumps of butter or streaks of butter in there. Once everything's a nice uniform color, that's when you're done, and it's time to add your whole egg, which we always crack in a separate dish in case you get that one little shard of shell in there, and you know the one I'm talking about. So throw that in the mix. We add 1/4 cup of honey. Do our pan up to me. Use a little spatula, make sure you're getting all of that natural sweetness in your mix. Okay, step 1, I like to go at that egg first. Get it a little scrambled. And then you're going to cream this into your sugars. Hey Carrie, what do you call a cookie that tells jokes?
I don't know.
A snickerdoodle! Take our 1.5 cups of flour. Sift that all around. It's not a bad idea to go ahead and add your baking soda to that at this point. Just make sure it's getting sifted around. Next, your 1/3 of a cup of cocoa powder. And just kind of rotate that around, make sure it gets homogenized. You're going to need a spoon or just your fingers to press the last little bits of that through your sieve. Next, you're going to need about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Say when.
Yeah.
Then get back in there, combine your wet with your dry. Now, the reason we added so much baking soda is because of the density of the honey. Now, the honey is going to add a lot more moisture content, but we're compensating that with the cocoa powder. So the cocoa powder is going to dry up the moisture of the honey, but the density of that honey is going to make a thicker cookie dough, so we add the baking soda to give it some lift. And you'll see at the end that these become some really cakey cookies. Well, we all knew at some point I was going to go at it with my hands. Now this is that point. So you can see it's a nice shaggy dough. I want to make sure we're getting all the dry off the sides of our bowl. And this is so good, doesn't it? Let's see. Straight down the sides, because I was raised by a very particular chef, my mom. Waste not, want not. When you've gotten it to come together and you've got this nice, soft, squishy cookie dough, that's when you add your mix-ins. And we're just going to mix in 1 cup of semi-sweet dark chocolate chips. I don't know. I can attempt to make that pretty, but that's about as pretty as it's gonna get. And it looks pretty. Just have a look around. Make sure you got your chocolate chips everywhere. You know, you can add nuts, you can add coconut. We're just doing simple double chocolate chip. Every cookie dough bakes better when it's been chilled, so I'm gonna throw these in the freezer while I preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Hey, Carrie, what type of cookie do redheads really love?
No.
Ginger snaps! I've got my chilled cookie dough here, and this is when you're going to want to invite your kids into the room to help you shape these magnificent cookies. I'm looking for this recipe will make about 15 or 16 cookies, so I'm going to use this clever ice cream scoop to try and get the right size. I'm looking for maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of batter like this. And I'll shape them by hand. What you're going to want to realize is that with that baking soda, these cookies are going to rise a little bit. So if you want them low and flat, you're going to have to make them low and flat. And to apply my sprinkles, I'm going to just tap and sprinkle that. What do we think?
Good idea.
A little bit more there. Make a flat round. Tap. And what do you think of that? And of course, you know I'm going to pop out some plain ones. Not everybody loves sprinkles. Some people hate sprinkles so much they call them jimmies. I'm looking at you, Yankees. I'm looking at you, Midwest, with your pop.
No, that's more like Canada. That's like up north.
If you call it pop, you probably call your sprinkles jimmies.
That's like from the 1800s.
We didn't have sprinkles or jimmies in the 1800s that I'm aware of.
That's your time.
This seems like a big cookie. Oh well, we're gonna have a big cookie.
Cakey cookie. That's great.
Now I am giving these plenty of space in case they do decide to spread out, but like I said, with that amount of baking soda, you should expect a lot of lift. Now that my oven is preheated, these are going in for 9 to 11 minutes until the edges look like they're cooked and crusty, but the center is still a little soft. Hey Carrie, what looks like half of a birthday cake?
I don't know.
The other half!
True. So now we're gonna check and say.
I touched one at 9 minutes and it was too soft, and so I let them go for the full 11 minutes. Let's see how we did. Shall we? Oh yeah. Yep. That's what you want to see. Oh my goodness. You can see how they rose up. Now all that's left is step one, the cooking.
Huh?
Now all that's left is step one, the cooking. Let's go.
That's really good.
The chocolate dough with the melted chocolate chips in this moist, fluffy, somehow dense but cakey chocolate cookie with just a hint of honey on the back end of that flavor. No one will know that you made these healthy, guilt-free cookies. It's a win-win. So, as always, thank you for choosing Bonappekit. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share us around. Leave any recipes you'd like to see us make in the comments below, and God bless.
Action.
Is that as loud as it sounds? Hey Carrie, what type? Hey Carrie, hey Carrie, what? Hey Carrie, what is the? This is such a. There's really no way to make it better. Hey Carrie, what type of cookie do redheads really? Hey Carrie, hey,
Action.
come along with us this week as I show you how to make a delicious, guilt-free, easy double chocolate chip, cakey, chunk, cookie brownie bar log.